Warning: Geeking Toyetic is a show aimed at the adult collector, and as such features adult language and humor that is not appropriate for younger audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Geeking Toyetic. I'm your host Larry Roberts, and on this show we talk about everything toys. I love talking about toys, toy collecting for the adult collectors like me. Old toys that we grew up with, or even new toys that are still coming out on the shelves today that I find really exciting and worth collecting. And on that note, I have boxes. I have got a bunch of boxes worth of toys here that I thought would be fun to open on camera for you. I pretty much know what's in these boxes, but I haven't seen them yet, so you're gonna get to see them for the first time, just like I am, and it's pretty exciting. So what do I have in store? Oh, could there be some Star Wars? I think there's some Star Wars. Could there be some superheroes? There could be some of that too. All right, without any further ado, let's unwrap some boxes. First and foremost, I have this little box right here. You might notice it has a customs declaration on there. That's because this came all the way from England, and it is from Stan Solo Creations. That is a very well-known Star Wars customizer. He does some pretty cool stuff. I know some people don't like the customizations and they don't like reproductions and stuff, but I do. So for those that like this kind of stuff, you're in for a treat. Here we go. All right, that was easy enough to open. And what do we got in here? A bunch of bubble wrap. That's good, so things don't move around. Oh boy. So this is pretty cool, man, because this is actually a repro of a vintage action figure that I did actually own as a child, and I haven't had it for a long time, and trying to get one of the real deals is, not only is it hard to get, but it's hard to get it in good condition, and it never quite came like this either. What am I talking about? I am talking about blue Snaggletooth. Now, for those that don't know, and I'd be surprised if you didn't know, because it's one of the most famous Star Wars vintage action figure stories around, just short of, say, Rocket Fire and Boba Fett. Blue Snaggletooth came out as part of the Cantina Adventure playset that was a Sears catalog exclusive in 1978. You know, back then they would go by just a couple of pictures that Lucasfilm would send to Kenner to make an action figure out of, and they didn't realize, looking at the pictures, that Snaggletooth was not supposed to be blue suited. He was also not that tall. Snaggletooth was a little short guy with a red uniform, and pretty quickly Kenner was told by Lucasfilm, like, that ain't right, you gotta fix that. And so this version of Snaggletooth only came out as part of that play set. So by the time Snaggletooth was released individually on a card, he had the red suit, he had a red shirt there. So this is actually cool. This was never really released like this. This is a custom card. They made the shirt blue or purpley blue there to match the action figure, and yeah, this is a reproduction of that figure. Now, as I said, some people don't like reproductions. Well, you know, I'm probably not going to change your mind if you feel that way, but for me, as long as you can tell that it's a reproduction, I'm okay with it. And in most cases with this stuff, there are telltale signs that let you know that this is not an original figure. And especially being sealed on a card and stuff, it never came like this. So anybody that tries to sell this and say, oh yeah, I've got a vintage, Snaggletooth still sealed on his old card, and he's blue, they're lying to you, because this never actually existed like this. This looks great. I am really impressed with this. The seal of the bubble on the card does not look like your average seal job for a custom job. This looks like it could have been done at a toy factory. Unpunched, but it does have the hanger hole punch there. I mean, just looking at it, the exposure of the card and stuff, you can tell this is not an original, which I'm okay with, again, because I'm not trying to pass this off as an original. It's a really cool display piece. I think it's awesome. The figure did a great job on the figure. I think he looks really good. Yeah, if I saw this on somebody's table at a toy show, I know enough about this figure to look at it and say, yeah, I don't think this is the real deal, so to speak. But man, it's close enough to satisfy somebody like me that doesn't want to spend, $50,000 on a beat up old blue Snaggletooth figure. If you want to, that's nothing wrong with that. That's your business. But this will do for me. This is going to look nice on my shelf and everything. This is really awesome. Stan Solo Creations, I will have links there for you if you want to check out the Stan Solo stuff. And next we have a box from Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth is always good for some cool new stuff, and we'll see what all is in this one once I get it open. All right. And what do we have here? All right, as usual with Entertainment Earth, it's packed very well. Plenty of paper. Oh, this is awesome. So this is the new Marvel Legends series figure of a character that is very dear to me from my childhood. Who is it? It is Firestar. Now, Firestar, as many of you may or may not know, was created specifically for the TV series Spidey and His Amazing Friends. That included Spider-Man, and he lived in an apartment with his early 20-somethings pals, or whatever they were. Bobby, otherwise known as Iceman, who, as we know, is a Silver Age character from the X-Men. But they decided to create this Firestar character rather than use an already existing female character. I don't know why they did that, but I'm happy they did, because Firestar was actually my favorite character on that show. One of my favorite episodes was the one where it tells her origin story, and it ends up featuring all the other X-Men in it. You had Wolverine and Cyclops, and the Juggernaut is the villain in it. It was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. I would get so excited when that one would come on. But they never really made Firestar action figures. There was, of course, no Mego. There was no Secret Wars. I don't even think that in the 90s, I don't believe Toy Biz made a Firestar figure, although maybe they made one later in the decade as some kind of special thing. I'll have to double check on that. But as far as I know, this is one of the few Firestar figures that has been available, and she looks great. She comes with Miss Lion, the dog from the show. That's so cool, man. Yeah, as soon as I found out that they were making this, I immediately ordered this figure because it's just really cool. She's a fiery redhead, and she'll scorch your ass if you cross her path, in the wrong way. So anyway, awesome new figure from Marvel Legends. And it's yet another box from Entertainment Earth. And I think I know what is in here. Pretty excited about this one. Let me get the box open and I will show you. All right. Once again, as with the other box, it's packed very well. I have my little sheet in here letting me know what I got and what I paid for. Lots of paper. Oh, okay, it's this one. So, this was something that went up for order several months ago, and it was pretty exciting because several of the Black Series deluxe figures that had long since been unavailable to order ended up being put up for a new reorder, and as soon as I saw they were doing that, I had to get in on this because I missed this figure the first time around, and that is General Grievous. Now, I really love these deluxe Black Series figures. This one was the first one. This was D1. I missed this one. I got D2 and 3 and 4 and all that, so I was really upset that I didn't get the Grievous. Now, he's from the prequels. Some people think he's cool. Some people think he's not. You know, it depends on the day of the week what I think of General Grievous. I think he looked really cool. I think the 4 lightsaber thing is pretty neat and everything. But the figure itself, especially, is just so well done. It's a really, really nicely done action figure. And yeah, I had to jump on this as soon as I knew that this was available once again for reorder. And finally, months later, it got here. So I believe this is still available for order on Entertainment Earth. If it is, I will include the link so that you can get yours if you didn't get it. As I said, there were other ones that I reordered that they made available that have not shown up yet, but they will be here soon. And when they do, I'll show them off for you. All right, and last but not least, we got another box here, and I don't even remember where this one is from exactly, but I'm pretty sure I know what's in it, and I am pretty excited about it because I believe these are some of the toys that I was discussing a little bit in the last episode of Geeking Toyetic. And it is. You may recall in the last episode of Geeking Toyetic, I was talking about how they were coming out with 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm figures, and these are my first ones. What are they? They are the 50 Lucasfilm Limited 50th anniversary Star Wars Black Series archive figures. Yes, the archive figures are back. These have proved to be pretty popular with people because, again, much like I was saying with that General Grievous figure, some of us just miss them the first time around. They come out and we wish that we would get another crack at getting them. And while these are in their own specific new packaging, it's still great to have these figures in the first place. Now, I do have the original figure here of Grand Admiral Thrawn. I have him, I bought him a couple years ago or something. I was lucky enough to find him because he was a tough one. But here he is again. I couldn't pass up getting him. Man, he looks even cooler in this package. I love it. I really like the look of this 50th Lucasfilm Limited packaging. I think they've done a really good job with this. And yeah, so that's great. Next, we have another one of the archive figures. Oh, this was a fan favorite. It is the re-release of Clone Commander Cody. With his distinctive armor there with the orangey, yellow, whatever color that is. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be excited to see him back out on the shelves, if you can find him on the shelves. Another one that's really cool to see again, I believe he was only originally included in a set, and I don't think he was ever sold individually, so here's an opportunity to get him. It is Han Solo and his Hoth gear. And this looks really, really cool. He's got a brown jacket, not a blue jacket. That's a whole other bag of dicks to deal with whether it's a blue or a brown jacket. Here he's got a brown jacket on. Looks great. Again, package looks awesome. It's got the right pistol. It's got the binocular things. Killer. And last but not least, keeping it with the whole Hoth tip, we have Luke Skywalker in his Hoth gear. Another one that I don't believe was available individually. It's pretty exciting for people that wanted to get their hands on this because all 4 of these figures now on the aftermarket in their original packaging, it's really expensive and they're just getting more expensive. And especially for those who like to open their figures and display them or get them for kids. God forbid, these toys could occasionally be for kids now and then, at least older kids. You know, it's nice to have this option to get them. Now, that being said, historically, even these archive figures tend to sell out quickly. These are very in demand. So my suggestion is, now that you know that they are shipping, they're going to start showing up on shelves in stores. They're going to start showing up in people's mailboxes if they order from all the various mail order places. If you want these, I suggest you do not wait, because they don't last long. I missed some of the second wave of these that included like Darth Maul's re-release, and I think Anakin Skywalker was in that wave and stuff. I missed some of those because I didn't take my own advice and I snoozed on it. And now even these archive re-releases of those figures from Wave 2 are going for a lot of money on the aftermarket. So that's my advice to you. If you like these figures and you go, oh, that's really cool, I want to get them, don't wait. Seek them out now, because in a month or even a few weeks, especially a couple of months, you're liable to have a hard time at least getting certain figures. Especially, man, this clone commander Cody, this is going to sell. The clone commanders, all the clone troopers, they sell quick. Fives, Captain Rex, Cody, all of them, if you see them and you want them, buy them. Don't wait. All right, well, that's all I have for you today in this episode. I just wanted to show off some of my new toys. Thought it'd be fun to open them for the first time with you watching, and hopefully you got a thrill out of it just like I do, seeing them in my hands for the first time. I will be back soon with more. I keep saying this, but I have so many more ideas, so many more topics to discuss. If there's something you would like to see and hear me talk about, please leave a comment down below. I would love to know what toys you'd like to see featured on here, or if you've got any tips about some cool new toys coming out, or old toys, anything. I'd love to hear from you all. That's why I do this show, is so that I can meet and talk with all of my fellow adult toy collecting geeks like myself. I'll be back soon with more videos, and in the meantime, happy toy hunting. I'll see you soon. Bye.